All right, guys, today I'm going to change the gear oil and the transmission fluid in my C6 Corvette. This is a 2012 Grand Sport. It should be pretty straightforward. I know that some of the years are different. The 05 is different, and then I think the 06 or the 07 or 08 are different. But I'll show you how I do this. So the first step is you got to lift it up in the air, obviously, and get it level so the fluid drains effectively and that you can fill it to the right amount. So I'm going to do that. My car's pretty low because it's on coilovers. So I have these nifty little ramps called race ramps. It will make this a lot easier. It's like a 4 or 5 step process in jacking this car up without those. So yeah, let me do that really quick. Okay, we are in the air. Oh my gosh, I've tipped this bike over 3 times now. I'm as high as it can go. Give myself as much room as possible, which might be annoying later due to the method you have to fill these. But it's a good idea to make sure you're level. That way it will drain adequately and you can fill it correctly. Let me show you where the fill plugs and the drain plugs are on these. So this is the TR6060. Mine has a small leak. There's your drain plug right there on this side, on the passenger side. The fill plug is, move this right there. It's hard to see. It's got that, I think it's a 3/8 inch input right there. You can kind of see it. There it is. Yeah, mine has a slight leak from the top. There's a, man, it's grimy. It's been leaking more than I expected. I don't usually see like a puddle or anything. It just drips from time to time. And then the differential, the drain plug is right there, where that cooler line feeds to. And I don't know if this is Grand Sport Z06, Z01 specific, having a diff cooler, or if it's just a late model year specific thing, but yeah, so I'll have to take this off, clip the zip tie off, and I think there's a clip behind it that'll fish out, and that'll drain from there, and then the plug is actually, you can see it up right here. This is the plug. I'll go around the back and get a better view of it. It's a smart idea that when you do this job, you crack the fill plug before you drain it to ensure that they're not seized shut. If they are seized shut, you don't want to be stuck without any fluid and not being able to fill it. So, smart idea. As I mentioned, have coilovers, so I don't have a leaf spring that gets in the way here. There's my coilover. Let's go take a look at that. I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the camera lens here, but there is the fill plug right there. Yeah, cool, little diff cooler. But anyways, I am still waiting on my fluid to get here. I ordered it through AMSOIL, and I might have ordered not enough diff fluid, I think. So I might have to run to a parts store just to grab a little bit. These call for, it says about 2 quarts, so I ordered 2 quarts. But the last time I did this on my C5, I know I ran short slightly. So I had to use some stuff I had on the shelf to get me by. But we'll see. So anyways, that is what we're working with here. These are the tools, all the tools I think I'll need. So ratchet, this is like the nicest Harbor Freight ratchet. This is like the most, it's silly, it's Harbor Freight. And then I have a 1/2 inch drive version of these as well. These extending ratchets, they are so handy. And you know, lifetime warranty. So if it ever breaks, you just take the broken one in, they give you a new one. Anyways, so I got this bad boy. Might need an extension depending on how tricky the transmission ports are to get to, or some kind of a swivel, not sure. And then this, the 10 Torx or hex bit or whatever, this is for the diff. It's a size 10. Also Harbor Freight Special. This is just for the pin that holds the cooler line in. And this is just for the zip tie. Yours may or may not have a zip tie. People throw those on just for peace of mind. And that's all I should need. And then obviously drain pan and paper towels and stuff. Okay, we're gonna get cracking at this. Alrighty. Let's see, am I gonna have enough light without having the garage open? Have enough light for you guys. Yeah. Alrighty. Good job. I got my little one with me. I'm gonna have to do this one-handed. This is. Let me get a light. Okay, we are back. We are going to take a crack at this. Good job. Okay, so I've got this ratchet set up on there. Okay. Okay. And we are loose. Perfect. So I'm gonna wiggle this out and we're gonna drain it now. This is why I needed the extension. Hold on a second. Okay, trying to do this one-handed is kind of tricky. But I will do it for the people. Oh no. Will it fit? Come on. Alrighty. So we have action here. I wonder. Oh, I can barely twist it. Perfect. This is going to get very messy. Didn't even bring any paper towels down. Here, let's fix that. Ugh. Okay, gonna need somewhere to put this plug. Oh, and we're tripping. Did I not put? Nice. I could have swore I used synchro mesh last time I did this. I'm sure he did, and it's just turned slightly red from having a bit of ATF still in it. We'll let that drain for a bit. Okay, this is the fluid that I used last time. It's supposed to help with smoother synchro action or something like that. So I bought this stuff instead of just using regular ATF. I used ATF the first time. It's fine. Like, I barely noticed the difference, but I might as well just throw this in it anyways because I already have 2 bottles. So I bought another 2 to make sure I fill it. I think it calls for like 3 to 3.5 quarts, so there should be plenty. And then, yeah, I forgot to mention, going over the tools, you will need some kind of a bottle pump. I'm going to use this for this fluid first, and then I'll clean it out, and then I'll use it for the diff fluid. But honestly, it's probably a smart idea to have multiples of these for different kinds of fluids. But I don't want to wait. I have a weekend to do this, and I don't want to wait for another. It should be fine. So I'm just going to clean it out really well. Anyways, so I think we're about done draining here. Let's see. Yeah, we're just a slow drip, but I'm going to take out the fill plug completely to ensure. Well, that's a fun sound. I think I can just do this by hand at this point. Yep. Even with my leak, I still had fluid all the way up there. Cool. That's good. I never ran low. And I believe these are different sizes. Yeah, the fill plug is slightly smaller. So you... Okay, honey. So you can never switch these around, I don't think. I think they look, yeah, it looks like it. Anyways. Oh, man, this is dirty. I'm gonna clean this up a bit. Oh, oh. So grimy. But yeah, the fluid came out really clean. Happy about that. These transmissions are known for being bulletproof, with the one exception of the first and second gear synchro. I think they use some kind of a different coating. They use a different coating. You're gonna have to wait, honey. Give me a second. They use a different coating, and so when it's cold, they tend, if you shift it kind of aggressively, it'll grind. So you got to let it warm up and shift smoothly. Some people don't have the issue, but a lot of people do, and it's across all brands, whether it's a Mustang, whether it's a Challenger or whatever, or Corvette, Camaro, doesn't matter. They all have that problem. So I'm going to get set up to start pumping this with the 2 quarts I have, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the pump setup. And how you gotta fill these cars. And I don't think there's going to be a way that I can fill this and film, or fill and film at the same time. Because this is kind of a two-hand kind of job. I gotta use this hand to hold it up. A lot of these have a little like attachment on the end that clips into a fill hole. That would be really nice, but mine does not have that. So I'm gonna have to hold this in by myself and pump with the other hand. If I'm lucky, maybe I can jam this in there somehow, but yeah, if not, you won't see any of this. Okay, so I've got this all set up. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Yeah, I don't think so. I think, yeah, as soon as I pump this, it's gonna pull out of this fill hole. The way you know these are full is when it starts to drip out. This is the fill line is at the fill port. So as soon as you see it start to drip out, I always wait until it's a steady stream, not just a couple drips, because it could just be dripping from you filling it. And then that's how you know it's full. All right, so I've got the 2 quarts of transmission fluid in the car. And I'm waiting for the rest of my fluid to get here. So in the meantime, I'm gonna start draining the diff. Let's see if I can. Yeah, that's not gonna catch that very well. Yeah, I've got to get another catch pan. Oh, I gotta get the door. And we're back. Okay, we are back. Let's see, how am I gonna... Okay. There's this little... Let's see if I can do this. And not... I don't know if this is the best. Oh, I got it, I just don't want to drop it. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay, got it. You don't want to lose that clip. Oh. Okay, sorry, my camera work is a little shaky. I'm doing this one hand. Okay, I got an extra pan here to facilitate, and I'm sure I will still make a giant mess. Okay, let's see if I can. I need to come in on this side. These jack stands and crap are in the way. Okay, oh, here we are. Just gotta wiggle it. I don't wanna yank too hard here. So I got a little, ooh, there we go. Oh. Also, don't want to get this all over me because, voila. Gear oil is disgusting. And of course it misses both catch cans. Both drain hoods. Oh, and you know what? I totally ignored my own rule because I've been doing different things all day and having to come back to this project. And I didn't crack the fill plug. Smart. But I think we're gonna be okay. So let's do that really quick. Oh, hold on. I might have to set you down. All right, well, after that failure, I have upgraded the tool here. Hopefully break this loose. I feel like it started to move, or that was just the, I think it was just the extension shearing. But I did put the, fill, that line, the cooler line that's plugged into the fill line. I plugged that back in because we were not, I didn't follow my own advice here and I don't want to pay for it. So I'm actually going to use two hands here to be careful. So I'll be back. Okay, well, with some good torque on it and a harder extension, I broke it loose. So we should be good to go. Catastrophe averted. But that is exactly why you want to undo your fill plug before your drain plug. I don't know if the diff oil has ever been changed in this car. I haven't changed it in this car yet. And it's, I can't say one way or the other if previous owner had or any of that. So, I mean, the fluid does look pretty dirty, but it doesn't look like, it's certainly not the worst fluid I've ever seen, but it's definitely due for a change. And no mess. Okay. Yucky. The forbidden syrup. Smells delicious. And I am putting the AMSOIL Severe Gear 75W90 in it. And should have some, yeah, I believe it has the friction additive. Some fluid, I believe, the older fluids you'd have to put in the friction modifier. You do not have to with newer fluids. So keep that in mind when you're buying new stuff. And looks like I might need new tires soon. That is great, because these are, the outside looks good. Inside, not so much. Let's look at this one. Yeah, I'm gonna need new tires soon. Awesome, good thing those are cheap. Well, I'm gonna let this drain for a bit, and then we'll come back when I get fluid. Okay, the rest of my fluid just showed up. So I'm gonna finish the trans, get that all plugged up, and then move on to the fill in the diff. The diff has drained for a bit, so it should be totally good to go. And yeah, like I showed before, filling it with that little pump is kind of a two-hand job. And that's exactly the same way that I have to do the differential too. So I'm gonna finish filling the trans, and then I'll show kind of a photo, or I'll show you what it looks like, how I've got it set up on the diff, and then I'll see you guys when I'm done. Okay, to wrap it up, I changed the fluids, got everything finished up. I actually did not have enough diff fluid. So as I think I mentioned earlier, forums and everywhere that I could find said the diffs on these call for around 2 quarts. So I bought 2 quarts, and it took probably about 2 1/3, I would say. So I ended up having to run to AutoZone and grab something off the shelf. I didn't want to wait for AMSOIL to send another one. So yeah, if you're doing one of these, I would definitely buy 3 quarts just to be safe. I'd buy 4 quarts of trans fluid to be safe, because it takes about 3.5 to 4, depends on how much it's drained. I drained mine as much as I could, and I think it took about 3.5. But yeah, it's dirty now because I've driven it for a couple days. So absolutely make sure you crack open the fill port before draining it. Don't make the same mistake I did. Luckily, I was able to get it off. It would have been a real nightmare if it rounded the Torx, the female end of the Torx and the bolt. That would have sucked, but luckily it didn't have that problem. So there's that. And I ended up having to buy new tires, as you saw in one of the other videos, or yeah, these are really worn down in the center. I have been overinflating these. I've been putting 34 PSI in my tires. I don't know if in my head I just thought that was what it called for and not really checked, or if one of my other vehicles is 34 and I just didn't really think about it. These call for 30. So I've been overinflating them a bit. And then, with temperatures getting warmer, it's gotten a little bit more pressure just from the air expanding. So they were up to 37 on this tire, and I think it was 35 on this one when I went to deflate them a bit. But I ended up having to get new tires, and I grabbed some, I think they're the same. I got the all-season Michelins. I think these are I know they're Michelin's Pilot Sport AS3s. Interesting. So I got the slightly newer version of this because there's 4s, but anyways. So that's a quick tutorial on how to change the fluid on these. Thank you for watching. I know my camera work is a bit not the best just because I'm using my cell phone and doing everything one-handed. I don't have a tripod. I don't have like a mount for myself to make it kind of a POV style video outside of just holding it. So thanks for watching. Hope this helped anyone looking to perform their own maintenance. These cars are insanely easy to own, insanely easy to maintain. There are a few jobs on these cars that are a real pain in the ass, but most of the regular maintenance items are very DIY friendly. These cars are super approachable and easy to own long-term ownership wise. So if you're looking to jump into a sports car, these are great. Yeah, I've had to change the AC compressor. That kind of sucked. But other than that, until my clutch goes out, everything has been really easy. So again, thanks for watching. Hope this helps.